As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin, he was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Don't go near it. Don't go there. Don't go too close. Don't. Where are we? What is this? It's the same. It's another world. It's lighter. It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay? Let's stay here. I like the way it's safe here. It's calm here. It's light here. It's nice. The bridge. You've come this far, but the bridge is broken. There's no way you can fix it. What do you do now, Senua? The bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness, swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Balder's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
He's waiting for you. He said he's close. He cares about you. I feel he's close. He loves you. Open the gate. She can't. Open the gate. It's locked. Try harder. She can't. The gate. She can't. She can't. She will. She'll find a way. She will. It's the secret. doesn't know who killed him, but we do.
She thought she had light within her.
Dillian,
There he is. What are you waiting for?
quick, find a way.
Find him.
Go through him.
Before he disappears.
Dillian, don't lose him.
Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world.
He's not in this world.
He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world.
the dark.
He was the dark world.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
You can't go up
You
there.
can't go up.
Not in this world.
No, not in this world. You can't.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Balder's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Dillian saved her.
You
owe your life to Dillian.
You
Why
owe
isn't he here?
everything to him. He's gone.
He's in the dark world.
He's gone to the dark world.
You're in the wrong world.
He's in the other world.
The dark world.
Without you. He cared in a way that nobody else did. Do you remember what it was to touch him? Do you think she remembers him? Why didn't she listen to him?
She thought she could defeat him.
Where are you taking
He's
me?
up there. He's up there.
How do you get up there?
There's a way. There is a way up there.
Find the way.
She can do it. You're nearly there. Just find the way. Kill the things that are most precious to you.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands.
Curse cannot be.
And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
The curse is strangling you just like it strangled him. You're cursed.
Look what happens to the things you love.
Do you know? Was it worth it? You're still alive. Still alive and dead. Turned out to something useful.
You have blood on your hands.
You are guilty.
Was it worth it?
You broke him. You killed him.
You couldn't see the darkness within
The
you.
Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
You have no chance for love now.
Nobody will love you again.
Ever.
Years have
Ever
passed
again.
since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior.
Curse. And now the darkness
Friendship
is
turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian, her future. Two realities tearing at her soul.
Nobody will love her now.
Can you remember what love feels like?
Look what happens to the
Bet
things she
you
loves.
can't.
She destroys the things she loves.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they found in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
You killed him with your love because he believed in you.
Was it worth breaking the curse? Why didn't she?
He led you. You have no time for this. Speed up.
Your father when he had a chance.
Why did Split apart?
His love has taught you trials to distract you.
I've set you up, and now they're going to watch you. What if these trials mean nothing? The gods can see laughing at you. What if they take you no closer to Dillion? That's Dillion, and you're letting this get in the way. What if they are just tools that make you weak before the battle? He doesn't deserve to be dead. How does that make you feel? Dillion didn't believe in the curse. Dillion believed in you. What if this is pointless? What are you doing? The trial is pointless, and there's another way. Why did you think you could make this work? You keep
The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Balder's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down and turned these bonds to iron and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.
Do you remember him whispering in your ear? Dillion undoes the curse. What does it feel like to feel a love so strong? What if they're nothing. Special. Waste of time. It could all be a waste of her time.
The gods are just playing. What if the gods are laughing at her?
Messing with her.
It wouldn't be this.
Dillian! First time. Be very. Be quick.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes, and slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Be quick. Be quick. Careful. Breathe. No! Where's he gone?
It's your fault. He's disappeared.
You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him to the water. He's gone to the water. He's drowned.
Senua, your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
Killing you would be too easy. They're taking your memories to torture you. They're taking them from the inside. You're disappearing one memory